Hi, I'm David Morgan, and this is Money in Metals, the first one for the year 2016. Well, before we get started on what's going to happen this year, let's talk about the end of the year, last year across the board in money and primarily in the metals. Aluminum down 16%. Copper for the year down 26%. Lead off 6%. Nickel off 45%. Tin off 25%. Zinc down 29%. Gold is off 9% on the year. Palladium off 30% for the year. Platinum off 27%. And silver was off 8.3%. So actually it wasn't off quite as much as the gold market. The indexes, the HUI was off 30%. The XAU was off 30%. And the good old US dollar was up 8.4%. And going into a little bit of the energies, crude was off about 29%, heating oil off 38.8%, natural gas off 29%, and gasoline off about 14%. So not a good year for the metals across the board, either base metal-wise or precious metal-wise. Where are we today? Well, we just kicked off the new year, and things are sliding. And the things that are sliding are China. Like Donald Trump says, China, China, China. China is not doing well right now, and the problems with whatever's going on there with their financial markets is spilling over across the board. The DJI has certainly shown some weakness here of late, and the currency markets are wandering around basically, the US dollar obviously being the strong one so far. Even the dollar index, though, is kind of looking like a topping pattern to me. So I really want to say is that this year, I think strongly that we are going to see higher prices for the precious metals, but not necessarily the base metals. And here's why. There is a recession going on. Basically, in my strong view, we've never really recovered from the 2008 financial crisis. And because of that, and China's being the #1 commodity engine, and they're faltering, at least currently, you're not going to see a lot more demand-driven commodities going into China. But because of economic uncertainty, monetary uncertainty, you will see a bigger rush into the precious metals because this is a safe haven status. And if the stock markets start falling even further, and I think that they will, the asset managers, money managers, individuals, pension funds, you name it, are going to start looking for an undervalued asset. Well, the very undervalued assets are in the commodities, oil included, of course, but nothing like gold and silver. And these two monetary assets are well recognized by people that understand the market dynamics. So I really think we're going to see a good year, not a spectacular year, but a good year for both gold and silver. I'll hold judgment on the platinum palladium markets, both very undervalued, by the way, but they go more on the demand side based upon industrial demand, what car sales are and that type of thing. If there's a squeeze in the metals, however, such as gold and silver, even temporarily, then you will see a spillover into platinum palladium. So you want to bear that in mind because they're both very small markets that can move rapidly one direction or the other. Lastly, a little bit about the Morgan Report. We're changing the branding to the Morgan Report, and we're going to increase prices starting February 1st, 2016. But you can lock in your membership now for the really low prices that are available to all our current members and anybody that joins before February 1st, 2016. The basic service, which is like having a couple cups of coffee, it's about $10 a month. And the premium service, where you get to look over my shoulder and see all the trades, and you also get to witness our mining trips. You get to witness most of the events that we go to that I'm allowed to film, where I'll give a speech or do an interview. A lot of interviews I do with publicly held companies most of the time, once in a while privately held company, and you get kind of an in-depth interview with me or one of the team that talks to these people directly and asks the questions that come in through our membership. So it's actually a very, very valuable service, especially compared to some of the stuff that's out there. But that's me saying it, so you have to make that determination for yourself. Regardless, a very belated but happy New Year to everyone. I'll say you really want to be on the right side of this market, and the right side of this market is to find what's overvalued and sell it and what's undervalued and buy it. I think you know where I'm coming from. Again, I want to wish everyone a very happy new year.